Hi everyone, Aidan here with the etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Yakima EXO system. This particular kit is going to be with the gear locker box on bottom and the ski carrier up top. This is going to be on our 2023 Chevrolet Tahoe. This kit is going to be great for those winter months when you're going to the slopes. You can carry your skis and your snowboards up top, right here where it's way easier to access than something like a roof box or a roof mounted ski carrier. And then we still have a box below that where we can lock up some of our gear, have it enclosed from the elements and locked up safe and sound. Let's check it out. The box on bottom has 10 cubic feet of space on the inside with a 100-pound weight capacity. For the ski carriers up top, the actual usable space in between the two clamps here is going to be about 25.5 inches. So you can lay out your gear at home and see what's going to fit, what won't. And then for that distance between the two carriers, you can maybe see if your bindings will fit between them. You can see ours do not. It's going to be right at 17.75 of an inch from inside edge to inside edge. But that'll get our gear all secured inside with those spring-loaded arms. You can lock it back down to get a nice secure hold on it. You can see nothing's moving around inside. Everything inside the Tahoe does remain accessible though, because this whole thing swings away. We've got this large hand knob on the back side that you can loosen up to release the swing away arm. As I loosen it, you'll eventually see it fully release right about there. And we've got a pull pin right there to release the arm. This way, it'll swing out a full 90 degrees, lock in at the corner with another pull pin, and allow us to open up the back hatch with plenty of room to spare on the side. This way, if we have anything in the back, we can still get to it. We can maybe keep some of the heavier items that don't fit in the box in the back right here. And even if we have that third row of seats down, there's gonna be a ton of room inside that we wanna utilize for all of our other stuff. So let's say we wanna get to the box while we have it swung out like this. The top shelf does rotate a full 180 degrees. There's a locking pin in the center to keep it secured, plus a threaded hand knob off to the side of that. And once both of those are undone, you can rotate this 180 degrees around. You can see even with our snowboard offset here, the longer side doesn't make contact with the Tahoe. We've got at least 5 to 6 inches of space. And this allows us to open up our box with full room to get stuff out of it or maybe put some things in. With that inside, we can close things back up and relock it. And check out the amount of space this is going to take up. So let's say we're in a parking lot and we need access to this. We do need extra room. From the side of your Tahoe, it's going to be sticking out 20 inches, maybe about 21, depending on how angled this is, because it does have a little bit of wiggle room in here with that pin. And from the back, it's going to be sticking out right at 65 inches. So wherever you've got this set up, just keep that in mind whenever you are swinging it out, that you have the appropriate room to do so. Releasing the pin at the corner of the swing base here lets us bring the arm back in and re-secure it with the same pull pin and hand knob at the base that we used to release it. A couple things to consider in the driving state here is that it doesn't take up near as much room as you might think it does. From the back of the Tahoe, it is going to be sticking out about 32 inches. And as far as ground clearance goes, that's going to be pretty impressive, coming in at right at 24 inches to the bottom edge here. So that's plenty of room for ground clearance, and it doesn't add too much to the back either. So if you are pulling into a parking space, even though you've got a longer vehicle, I don't think it should be too bad. Now, one thing to consider is the actual space it takes up. With our back window here, the ski carrier doesn't stick up too high, so you do maintain really good visibility out of the back. I will say though that with your taillights, depending on if you've got your gear offset, it is going to obstruct them just a little bit, and then your license plate does remain pretty much invisible. So one thing you can look into is the add-on kit that's going to allow taillights and a license plate bracket on the outside of the EXO system. There's a wire running through the arms towards your hitch, and luckily you've got that 4-pole wiring from the factory on your Tahoe, so you can hook it up if you get that kit really easily. That's going to give us a much more visible license plate for the states that require it, and much more visible tail lights for your brake lights, turn signals, and running lights, just leaving you more visible when you're going down the road. Most everything on the kit is locking, from the hand knobs to swap out your accessories, to the box, to that pin in the center to swing the top shelf around, and the locking hitch pin at the bottom. They're all going to be key to like when you get this kit. One thing that doesn't come with locks is the actual ski carriers itself. You can swap these out and add lock cores after the fact, but that doesn't come with it. If you choose to add on another accessory, maybe you choose to get the bike rack attachment and use that in the summertime, that one won't come key to like either, just because you didn't get it with the full kit. But again, you can swap out all the lock cores on there to make sure it does match the system you already have. Swapping things out in the kit is really straightforward. Just push the pin on the side, loosen up the hand knob, and that'll allow you to remove the accessory. Now with the ski carriers, they're a little bit different because each one is just its own piece, but if you get something like the box, it'll slide into both of these arms at the same time and lock out in both places. But that's how easy it is to do. Just add in the carrier then, swing that through to tighten it up, push that pin to lock it in, and then lock it there at the hand knob, and then you've got everything fully installed. So swapping these accessories out is really straightforward and quick. And if you're looking for a way to carry your skis and snowboards on your Tahoe, I think this is a really great way to do it. I like this style of ski and snowboard carrier to begin with, just because I feel like it takes up a lot less space and it's way easier to store. But the problem with it on your Tahoe is that you're gonna need a roof rack, and then on top of that, it's just very high up. And especially as you start storing these sideways, to get to the very back, it's really hard to reach up there and get your gear back in. Having it down on the ground like this, everything's extremely accessible. And then we're doubling this up as an actual cargo carrier too, so we can get some helmets, we can get some boots, we can get any sort of gear associated with our snowboarding or skiing into the box here at the back of the Tahoe, and leave all of our extra stuff inside the vehicle, so it frees up space for our passengers or just lets us carry more. This whole system is going to fit really well in the Tahoe. The hitch weight capacity is going to be able to handle any gear we throw in here, no problem. The wiring lets us add that light kit after the fact if we want to, and it maintains really good visibility. Plus, you have the ability to add on to it later on, so this kit can grow with you and your Tahoe in years to come. Thanks for watching.